Okay, next up is BCA 2024-053. This is for 895 South State Road 135. Petitioner is Wilfredo Hernandez on behalf of Scout Services requesting relief from the Unified Development Ordinance for allowing mechanical equipment to be screened by landscaping. Mr. Hernandez, are you online?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, are you able to do visual or video?
Yes, we are.
Okay, because we will need to see you to get sworn in.
Sure.
I don't know IT if we're able to see that.
Yeah, just for the record, we got kicked out right when everyone was getting leaving, so we just signed back in.
Okay, no worries. We just need to get you on video, and we're not seeing you yet.
Request to share. They can't hear me.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, can you request to share?
Sure. Let me see if I can. Sure.
It's currently disabled by the host.
Currently disabled by the host. They're working on it. Okay, hang on one second, Mr. Hernandez.
Anytime Noah's here, it's always something.
Last time I was watching on Single, I said something crazy happened.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That was the way to be woken back from the days of the meeting. Obviously, they're on.
They're on, but I can't.
It's weird because everyone just says one participant on that call. So I'm like, I don't think that's the right. I think we're on a different Zoom call from that.
That's what I'm wondering. Well, at least different.
The video is not.
Video, yeah.
The video and the audio are not on the same.
Yeah, we're not seeing the Zoom. We're seeing a picture of the podium.
I'm just gonna log off so I can log out.
Probably just lost Mr. Hernandez again.
No, that.
Hey, we're still here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bear with us one more second here.
They are on video.
Yeah, we can see you guys.
Yep, I can see.
Okay, well, that's good.
It is also on the recording for the video part. It's just not being shared to the screen out here.
Stevie's got to be able to see them.
I don't, yeah.
I can go in.
Yeah, we may need you to go in
Just go in
there.
there and just do it.
All right. Hang on one second, Mr. Hernandez, and we're going to get you sworn in. While we'll wait for that, is everything in order?
Okay, no worries.
All of our information is in order and on file.
Zoning ordinance on the comprehensive plan.
Okay. We'll go ahead, Mr. Hernandez, state your name, or let's get you sworn in for.
There's no mic in there, so you wouldn't need to swear him in. So can I swear him in from here, even though I've seen him? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have you raise your right hand and then be sworn in by our secretary.
Do you swear under penalty of perjury, testimony is true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Name and address for the record.
Wilfredo Hernandez. This is for 895 South State Road 135.
Okay. Tell us why you're here.
Yeah, so we're basically just asking instead of screening. So Tesla's proposing installing superchargers in the parking lot of a Target. And we're just asking that we use landscaping and shrubs to screen the mechanical equipment instead of masonry.
Okay. Do you have your answers to the statutory criteria with you?
Yes, we do.
So let's read through those so we can get them read into the record. Number one, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community because
We will not impact other businesses by using landscape screening instead of a masonry enclosure.
Number two, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner because
The use of landscape screening instead of mastering enclosure will not affect the use and value of the area adjacent to the property.
Number three, the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property because
The aesthetics of the property will not be negative. I'm sorry, the aesthetics of the property will be negatively impacted by a masonry wall. It will benefit to use natural landscaping instead of adding brick and concrete to the property in the middle of the green space.
And then I'll take number four, which is the structure is not regulated under Indiana Code 8-21-10-3 for hazard area navigation. Anything else you would like to add before I ask staff for their comments?
No.
Okay. And before that, I guess just to confirm, is there anyone else here wishing to speak to this? All right, seeing none. Mr. Talati?
Staff is in favor of this variance. Location of the EV charger is going to be out towards 135. Landscaping would make a lot more sense there than a large masonry wall close to the road. So we're fully in favor of this variance.
Very good. And there were no, there's one condition. Oh yeah. So Mr. Hernandez, are you aware of the one condition staff has proposed, which is screening made from plants must create 100% opaque screen during all months of the year. When planted, landscaping should cover 50% of the mechanical equipment and must reach to 100% opacity when fully grown.
Yes.
Okay, I assume you're good with that. Yes. All right, I will close the public hearing. Mr. Mold?
No questions.
Mr. Milborn? Mr. King?
No.
Mrs. Peters?
None.
I have none. I'll take a motion to admit all the evidence into the record.
I move that we admit all evidence presented in regard to this matter, including the notices, receipts, maps, photographs, written documents, petitioner's application, and attachments. Petitioner's detailed statement of reasons, staff report prepared by the planning department, certified copies of the UDO, comprehensive plan, testimony of petitioner, city planning staff, and any administrators, and all other exhibits presented be the oral or written for consideration by this board in regard to this petition, and to include the testimony of those present this evening.
Motion by Mr. Moll, second by Mr. Milborn. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. Take a motion on the docket itself to allow mechanical equipment to be screened by landscaping.
I move that we approve the request with the one condition in the staff report that the landscape screening plan shall be reviewed and approved by the planning division, and the screening made from plants must create a 100% opaque screen during all months of the year. When planted, landscaping should cover 50% of the mechanical equipment and must reach to 100% opacity when fully grown.
Motion by Mr. King, second by Mr. Milborn. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. I'll take a motion to direct Corporations Council to draft written findings of fact.
Chairman, having considered the statutory criteria, move that we direct the Corporation Counsel's Office to draft written findings of fact regarding our decision on the variance request presented in variance petition number VCA 2024-053. Said findings to specifically incorporate the staff report and the evidence submitted into the record for consideration and adoption by the Board of Zoning Appeals as our final decision of final action regarding this petition at our next meeting.
Motion by Mrs. Peters, second by Mr. Moll. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. Mr. Hernandez, you are good to proceed. We will take final action in a couple of weeks, but you can work with staff and get started.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you all.
Next up is BZA 2024-056. This is a 966 Woodgate Lane. The petitioner is Daniel Simon, requesting relief from one section of the Unified Development Ordinance, looking to reduce setback for an accessory structure from 8 feet to 4 feet. All those wishing to, well, before I do that, is everything in order on this one?
All of our documents are in order and in our files.
I expect a zoning ordinance, zoning ordinance and comprehensive plan.
All right, now, anyone wishing to present, please be sworn in by our secretary.
Do you swear on this perjury testimony is true to the best of your knowledge?
Sir, were you looking to be sworn in, or did you have a question?
I got a question.
Okay, real quick, what's your question?
The gentleman that's standing up here and asking that variance, I need to know from a standpoint of what I will be looking at or where on my property that he'll want to place the shed.
Okay.
I do
Well,
not know if this is the proper place to do it, but.
that will come up tonight, yes. So if you are expecting to have questions, you should be sworn in right now. So I'll have you get sworn in by our secretary in case you end up having questions, okay?
I mean, he sent us out, or whoever sent us out the plats and all this stuff, where everything is.
This is different than that earlier one. So this is a residence with a shed, so.
So what do I have to do to find out?
We'll listen to his testimony, and if you have questions or concerns, then you can speak, okay? All right, we'll go ahead and name an address for the record.
Daniel Simon, 966 Woodgate Lake, Greenwood.
Okay, yeah, that microphone's a little tough for you. All right, tell us why you're here, Mr. Simon.
Yeah, I just wanted to put in a backyard shed in my fenced-in backyard. I just want to have it a little bit closer to the property line than what the variance allows. The variance allows for 8 feet. I'm requesting 4 feet away from my property line.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you have your answers to the criteria?
Yes, I do.
All right, number one, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community because?
Type of shed chosen adheres to our community and our HOA standards. I've already had HOA approval. Paint color and shingles match my house.
Let me. Sorry, I just want to make sure you get the answer that you want to for this one. I think you're answering the next criteria. So This is the first one, which is the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community because you're.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I just want to make sure we.
So yeah, shed will be completely contained within the fenced-in backyard. Still maintains an appreciable amount of distance from the property line and my neighbor's fence. The height is not excessive due to the design that was picked out as a lean-to design as opposed to like a barn style.
Okay. Number two, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner because?
The type chosen adheres to community and our HOA approved standards. Paint color, shingles match the house.
Okay, and number three, the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property because?
So the amount of our so we live in a suburban, like 80-foot wide backyard. Back quarter or so of it is taken up by easement. We have a in-ground pool that takes up about 2/3 of the remaining width of our yard. So we have a small strip of grass on the east side of our property of about 9 feet. And then we have another strip of about 17 feet on the west side. That's the only spot that we could actually put a shed in. So trying to maximize the use of that small amount of yard. We have an appreciable slope as it approaches our pool deck and landscaping of about 2 feet. So if we adhere to the 8-foot standard before we can start the shed, the leveling of it would be quite significant. Not to mention we're potentially casting a west side shadow over the pool, so it hurts the use of the amount of yard that we have. I'm just trying to make it work.
Yeah, understood. Okay. Again, I'll take number four, which is structure is not regulated under Indiana Code 8-21-10-3 for hazard air navigation. Anything else you would like to add before I ask for remonstration?
Yeah, like I said before, I'm just trying to make it work in our yard. We actually bought but it's not constructed yet, a smaller style, 6 foot wide. So it's not even like a full 12 by 10 or even 12 by 8. So we're trying to make it work. Not trying to fit something too huge in a small amount of space. So that's it. I've talked with my neighboring homeowner that's right next to me. He's complete agreement with it. Even offered to allow us to use the distance from his privacy fence if that mattered. Calculate feet, even though it doesn't matter. But
okay,
that's it.
All right, sir, did you have questions? Do you want to speak?
I don't think he's describing what I'm thinking it is, because my pool and everything have been in long before he's asking. Has he put in his shed totally on your property, Dan?
So hang on one second. I need to get you sworn in because I don't think we ever did that. So let's get you sworn in.
And
Do you swear to this perjury, this was true to the best of your knowledge? Do you swear under penalties of perjury, the testimony is true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And then I do need to have you come up to the podium and get your name and address for the record.
Name is Joe King. I live at 985 South Haven Road, Greenwood in Valley Vista.
Okay?
And his house is exactly, takes up my back view of his lot.
Okay?
So I'm trying to figure out where is he gonna put the shed? Is it gonna be sitting in my pool? I don't know, but I'm willing to work with him, but I need a better, what things, where they fit and what, compared to what I got sitting right behind him.
Okay. He can address that.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Right?
Nice to meet you again.
Yeah.
If it matters, I can show them.
I was gonna say, I think there's a drawing or a picture.
Yeah, so Joe, if you want to come up here, I can show you. So I think you have a plot plan. So I'm just showing Joe the plot plan. So here's our backyard right here. There's our pool right now. There's the easement on the north side of the property, and your house is on that side.
Okay, so where are you gonna put this shed?
Right here.
And that is your lot, my lot
Is way up here. So this is the tree line. This is the tree line easement. Nothing is going there because by law I can't put anything there anyway.
right.
So it's going to be on the west side of the property. So we have our fence right here, our aluminum fence right here. And it's going to be a few feet away from that side.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be close to your
I'm
property.
gonna say you're not even gonna see it from your pool.
Yeah, it's going to be closer to Mr. Ferguson's property. It's on the west side of our yard. Yeah, we're not putting anything by your yard.
That's all I needed.
Yep.
I can't understand that.
I understand.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Anything else? Then I'll close the public hearing, turn it over to staff for their comments.
Staff is favorable of this variance request. You have a 30-foot easement behind the swimming pool that takes up almost half the backyard, plus there's a swimming pool. The location he's looking at is about the only spot reasonable and still 4 foot off the property line. A lot of places accessory structures are only required 5, so I mean, it's fairly normal as it is. So we see no issue with it. No conditions.
Mr. Mole? Mr. Milburn?
No.
Mr. King?
No.
Mrs. Peters?
None.
None for me. Take a motion to admit all the evidence into the record.
I move that we admit all evidence presented in regard to this matter, including notices, receipts, maps, photographs, written documents, petitioner's application and attachments, petitioner's detailed statement of reasons, staff report prepared by the planning department, certified copies of the UDO comprehensive plan, testimony of the petitioner, city planning staff, and any administrators, and all other exhibits presented, be they oral or written, for consideration by this board in regard to this position, and to include the testimony of those present.
Motion by Mr. Mole, second by Mr. Milborn. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. I'll take a motion on the docket itself to reduce setback for an accessory structure from 8 feet to 4 feet.
Move that we approve this with no conditions.
Motion by Mr. King, second by Mr. Mole. All those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. Take a motion to direct Corporations Council to draft written findings of fact.
Chairman, having considered the statutory criteria, I move that we direct the Corporation Counsel's Office to draft written findings of fact regarding our decision on the variance request presented in variance petition number BZA 2024-056, said findings to specifically incorporate the staff report and the evidence submitted into the record for consideration and adoption by the Board of Zoning Appeals as a final decision and final action regarding this petition at our next meeting.
Motion by Mrs. Peters, second by Mr. Moll. Those in favor, raise a hand. All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. Simon, you are also good to proceed, even though we will take final action in a couple weeks, but you can work with staff and move forward. Thank you. Any new business from the floor? Seeing none, any announcements?
No announcements, but we do have a full agenda for the next meeting and the meeting after that, for that matter, so.
We're on a roll.
Tentatively, I will not be here for the next one.
That's my birthday.
And that's the 27th? Yeah,
I will not be here. I can zoom in from Boston, but
I won't, well, mine kind of depends on whether lets us travel.
Okay, I'll be here. I'm not aware of any conflicts for me. You'll be here.
It's my birthday.
happy birthday.
We'll bring a cake. No other announcements? All right, take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
We are adjourned. You can stop the recording.